in the call.
Welcome to Batch Bodega, a brand new way to brand original gift experiences. Gain exclusive access to the nation's tastiest snacks paired with trendy products, surrounded in gorgeous premium packaging. Brand the box, brand the products, and at no extra cost, Batch Bodega will add a personalized handwritten note card to every gift. Create a lasting impression with our multi-sensory, multifunctional collections of snacks with background stories as rich as their flavors. And if that's not enough to whet your appetite, they offer fast and easy service with one-piece minimums, 3-day turnaround times, and 0 service fees. Gratitude awaits. Reward your team, welcome a new employee, or celebrate a special occasion with our turnkey offering. Batch Bodega is your new gift destination. Let's treat!
Hopefully we got rid of the wicked echo there. But Jason Lukash here from HPG/Batch Bodega to talk about the newest and hottest brand to hit the industry since pens were invented 66 years ago. Shameless plug for a Hub pen. But Mike Simzak is joining me today. Also, Campbell is joining us as well. Let's get them on the screen and we can talk everything batch related and kind of give you guys the quick gist of how we came out with this brand, what the benefits of selling it are. Supposedly Mike Simzak is an expert on selling, I learned this morning. So Mike will be giving all the sales related topics, Mike will be fielding all the sales related questions. Campbell's the marketing manager for Batch behind the scenes and helped myself and Marissa, who's not on camera, who should be on camera, behind the scenes kind of bring Batch to life. So Campbell, if you want to kick things off, you're the moderator. I don't know why I did the intro. You totally should have. But Campbell was also the voiceover in the video. So I think you're muted, Campbell. Try again.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. I am available for voiceover work. So if anybody needs some voiceover help, just drop me a line and I'll connect you with my agent. All jokes aside, welcome to Batch Bodega. This is our first week that we've officially launched. And we've had some amazing feedback. So today's session, like Jason said, is really for us to kind of introduce Batch to everybody on this call. It's definitely a two-way street. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. We've got a couple of questions that are pretty hard-hitting for Jason and Mike to answer, but it's definitely a two-way street. So we'll try and grab your questions and answer them as we go along. So that being said, Jason, the first question that we have is for you. Can you give us just a brief overview of like what Batch Bodega is?
Batch Bodega is definitely a unique food and gift experience. So promo industry, just like Mike, 11 years in it. I bought from the promo industry another 4 years before. So I'm 15 years deep in promo. I've never got a promo snack that didn't suck. And I never got a promo snack in the 15 years that I actually wanted to eat. Those stuff came in like cellophane bags. You don't know where it's coming from. There's no story behind it. Like last thing I want to eat is like communist era pretzels, that could have been on a shelf for 4 years at a distribution center. So I was walking around the streets of New York in August of last year, just doing some research shopping trip with Marissa. And I kept seeing all these really cool food and like kind of kitschy, like consumable vendors that were selling in Chelsea Market, which is definitely a hot spot, probably one of the best food spots in New York, Union Square, Green Street Market. And I was talking to Marissa, I was like, why are these food guys not in the promo industry? There's all these small boutique, food vendors that have been doing really cool stuff. And they're probably, trying to get some B2B business going, but they don't know how. So I had the idea to kind of take those food vendors and bring them into the promotional products industry. And kind of kit those unique food experiences together with promo products and kind of put like the Oregadio spin on it with, one-piece minimums, no setup fees, free personalization, free customization, like kick-ass, cool, fun retail packaging. I could ship in 3 days. So a year later, literally a year later, we launched Batch, and it's here for the masses. So if I had to describe Batch in a couple of words, it's snacks that don't suck.
I like that. Very good. So we've got a couple questions already. I'm going to throw one of them over to Mike. Mike, do we ship to Canada yet?
Not Canada just yet. Like Jessica chimed in there saying there's some things with the FDA for shipping food across borders that we have to that are regulated as well. And I saw another question there. Jason, why didn't you really dress up to be on live TV today? I don't know for Jason to answer. I'll figure that one out.
With like,
he's got his corporate hat on, I guess.
With my hair.
And then last question I see there, no cold packs. That was another feature of what we wanted to do with Batch Bodega, not have it require next day air for all those extra shipping charges to get it to your client.
Right.
Yeah, we stayed away
from the chocolate doesn't melt or whatever, or the fruit doesn't go bad or whatever the case.
Right. And just a note on that, like all of the food that are in the batch boxes, it's all from small batch makers. So it's a little bit more bespoke than, like Jason said, shelf stable cheese. But it is sturdy enough to ship without cold packs. We don't have any like chocolate bars or, I don't know, jars of frosting that would melt. That would
jars of frosting would be awesome.
Maybe we should do that for the next
Write it down.
We should make a pack. We should make a kit that's just everything that can possibly melt. It's just cheese, ice cream, and chocolate bars. And
right.
But when it melts together, it's delicious.
Right. Can we call it the snowman?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay. Good deal. So Jason, you said that your inspiration came from just, seeing all of these like cool food vendors out in the world. How did you and the team actually know the answer to this question, but I'm asking you anyway. How did you and the team select the makers that are featured in the kits that we have?
Yeah, so as you know, it was quite the vetting process. We consumed countless calories of snack tasting to get to this point today. But we were looking for like small craft, like bespoke manufacturers that had like amazing stories behind them, whether it was like a third generation pretzel or fourth generation pretzel maker from upstate New York to like a totally custom like cotton candy manufacturer out of San Francisco, right? So story was a big part. Had to be shelf stable food, right? So stuff that wouldn't melt, like we were just talking about. It had to have a cool story, cool retail packaging behind it. And they could not be in mass retail, right? So we actually ended up dropping someone because we found out they were in like home goods, I think. I'm a big fan of home goods, by the way, especially my wife, because our whole house is home goods. But if they were in too much of like a large brick and mortar retailer, we didn't want them to be part of the experience. So this was like, food manufacturers that you would see in like gift stores, like maybe like some small regional distribution, pretty like cultish, like online following as well too. But the selection process was quite unique. I think we have 27 makers that are part of the batch launch right now. And I feel like we've got a really good geographically diverse group as well too.
Right. And if people want to learn about the stories behind the makers, where's a good place for them to go?
batchbodega.com, obviously, Campbell. But if they go to the maker page on the Batch Bodega site, there's a cool like interactive map. Shameless plug for Ben Pawsey, learning how to code a map that you can hover over and see the stories and the locations for each of the makers. Then you can click on each maker page, has a actual like maker story behind it. Before COVID, we were in the process of shooting all video, like kind of documentaries about the makers and their maker stories. We have 3 of those that we're releasing in the next couple of weeks if Jeff finishes editing them. And the plan is to do the rest of them once people can get on airplanes again. So probably in the next 10 years, we'll finish the maker stories.
Cool. Do you think maybe if we've got time towards the end, maybe we'll play one of those maker stories? It's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Okay.
Totally.
Good deal. Okay, so Mike, I got a question for you. How many boxes are there? What's the price point range? And are they for everyone?
The answer is yes to all that.
Excellent.
Let's get Mike on camera so it's not just me staring here. There you go.
Hey, whatever. I can do the voiceover for Jason, and he can move now. So yeah, the range of price goes from anywhere from 19 net all the way up to 166, I believe. But it can be so much more than that too, because you could always inject your own hard goods or additional hard goods into those kits too. So you got a nice, $200, $300 budget. Batch is still your answer. We can just add more into the mix. So that's question one. We have 12 kits available right now, or boxes as you call them. They're really batches in the this language.
My bad. Thank you for
batch,
us.
Batch, please. And what was the other question? I think that was it. So while range of pricing, so any budget we're able to hit. And the beautiful thing we did with all of our batches as well is, say with the Trailblazer kit, there is a Trailblazer kit that is the light version, regular version, and deluxe version. So even within each kit, there's different variations to help you achieve any budget you have out there. And real quick, Rob Thornton, customized boxes are not the shipping boxes. They actually go inside of a shipping pack box as well.
Except for the Snack Attack box, which we just launched. That one's pretty cool. If you haven't checked it out on a website yet, you definitely should. So the outside of that box is actually a craft, and the inside is where there's like the explosion of snacks and the print. That's the only box that we ship as is. Everything else is kitted in a box and sent out, and they're all sealed for your safety and protection as well. All right. Okay. Another hard-hitting question for Jason. Can you give it? Well, maybe this is better for Mike. You guys decide. Okay. Can you give us some examples of how batch kits can be used?
I'm gonna let Mike do it. It's more of like sales expert thing.
How can batch kits be used? Okay.
Yes.
Since we got a lot of distributors, we have a lot of distributors out here on the chat feed. I would definitely be using it as a self promo / gift / idea starter. So what I mean by that is get this out there, put your client's art on it, but in the customizable note that you get, yes, there's a customizable note that you get in each batch as well. You can write a thank you, like, hey, or not thank you, an introduction note of, hey, I thought that some of this food would really be a great, treat for you over this upcoming weekend, but think about this idea for your upcoming Q4 holiday season of gifting as well. So that way you get them in a gift, you get them some delicious food, but then you're also going to get some reorders on that piece as well. So that's what I would do for sure, first and foremost. Otherwise, though, too, phase 2, and maybe Jason can swing into this one, of our subscription model is a absolute HR manager no-brainer.
Yeah, Mike gave like the total sales guy answer. Let me give the real person answer. Shipping shelf-stable food to people's houses during pandemic, you win. So literally shelf-stable food, most of the stuff can last for 6 months. If you cannot sell shelf-stable food that can drop ship to people's houses, you need to quit being a distributor and do something else, right? So I wish we had this brand launched in January because it would have crushed during March and April when you couldn't find food on shelves. But I think that's kind of a great standpoint behind it. Also, the Rise and Shine kit is pretty interesting because it's like breakfast pancake making in a box. I think it's a good family activity too. And it's like a no bullshit salesperson answer. I think it's just true. It's something you could do with your family. Like if you and your kids want to make pancakes on the weekend, it's like a nice gift to dish out to a customer as well too. So Mike gave the distributor one your answer. I just gave the normal person answer.
Right.
Jason, you're trying to fill your bellies. I'm trying to fill your pockets.
So we got a question from the audience. It is, are the kits on ESP yet? And the answer is yes. They're also on Sage. I have another quick question from the audience. Let's see. Excuse me. If somebody wants to get in touch with the Batch team as far as how to create a virtual or get started on an order, how do they do that?
Via email or phone.
They can email us. Let's put an email down here, Benjamin. Put an email
Ben,
here.
can you drop a link?
Yeah,
on there?
mail us a letter and we'll answer it a week later. No, Jessica Osborne's kind of the head of the Batch inside accounts team out of our. So this is all ships, by the way, out of our Newell, Minnesota facility. You can feel free to pick up your orders there too. But Jess is the one who will make all the magic happen behind the scenes for you. You can email her at batch@hbgbrands.com, or if you have Jessica's personal email, you can also email her there too.
And further on that point, this is supplied through our Beacon partner. So everything does ship, like Jason said, out of New Ulm strategically to reach each coast in about 3 days ground. And we have an unlimited freezer to use if we ever needed it in the wintertime. It's called Outside.
Yeah, maybe we'll do the chocolate and the cheese and stuff in the wintertime because it's going to just be frozen anyways.
Right. Okay, so we have a question from Angela about the subscription service. So will the subscription, there goes the question, service be able to be coordinated like a birthday program?
Yeah, so the subscription model was originally going to be launched this year, but COVID happened. I feel like everyone just says that. So it's going to be launched in 2021. So how it works is if you're a distributor, you could go into State Farm to the HR manager, right? I feel like I always use State Farm as an example. Mike knows this for like 10 years, but you could go into State Farm to the HR department and say, hey, we've got this birthday box. It's called the AU, by the way. How many employees do you have? HR manager's like, I have 100. HR manager cuts a purchase order to the distributor and gets a login into the batch subscription model behind the scenes and can go in and release those kits throughout the year. So the HR manager could actually go in and say like, Mike Simzak's in Costa Mesa, California, Campbell's in Morgan Hill, Jason's in, Danville, California. Their ship to addresses, their birth dates, and the personalized message, and the kit would deliver on or before the person's birthday. So it's pretty awesome, actually, if you're like an HR manager or just need to dish out like thank you gifts. Maybe you're a sales manager and you want to have like 100 sales thank you kits available for your top producing sales reps throughout the year. I think the subscription model will do extremely well. When we kind of like soft launched this at PPAI in Vegas, like everyone was going crazy about the subscription model, but good things come to those who wait. So it'll launch next year.
Okay,
Yeah,
so beginning
it's certainly the solution-based model for sure for everybody out there. Mega turnkey.
Right. Okay, so Mike's got a question about self promos. So what's the self promo cost for a distributor? I also know the answer to this question.
Yeah, so why don't you answer? I'm not sure.
No, EQP minus Campbell.
She's exactly
No,
I just want to be a team. We're a team here.
Okay, Jason, you want to say?
Wait, what was the answer?
EQP minus 15%.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a good deal.
And since your name's Mike, also EQP minus 16%.
Are we making money on that? Yeah, I guess we're making money.
Don't worry about it.
It sounds like gold. Remember, the gold to Phil Bellies out there.
Okay, so let's say, Mike, this is a question for you, and I think you're going to have a really good answer. In fact, I know you're going to have a really good answer. If I was a distributor and I wanted to put together like a food kit for my client, like, can you walk me through what I would have to do? And then compare and contrast that to what the experience with Batch is like.
Like if you wanted to make a batch and bodega yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So it'd be kind of like this. And you send an intern to Whole Foods. Okay. You try to find cool, unique, off the shelf, even if it's off the shelf, but cool, unique brands or way out there ideas from a food world.
That's
bring it back.
Stock. That's on shelves.
That's on stock. Yeah, but they can get like say 121 of them.
Right.
And then you bring that back to your office. And then say you're going to get 2 hard goods that you want to, include in the box. You do 2 rounds of proofing. That's about 3 days, probably with some of the other suppliers out there, not with us. And then you pay 2 times the shipping to get it to your facility. And then you finally get the things in 5 days. And then you clear off your entire conference room table, set up a Henry Ford style assembly line, make that old man proud, drop everything in there. Oh, but wait. We forgot the crinkle paper. So you're buying a 60-pound box of crinkle paper because that's what size they sell at Uline. You only use 4 pounds of it. So now you have 56 pounds of crinkle paper left over. You have to go buy a pig to live in the rest of the crinkle paper as it's only the nest. So otherwise you're wasting it, and we don't want to waste here. So then you are ready to finally put your things together. Oh, wait, you got to get some card stock. So you buy a 100-pack card stock. Maybe you only need 97 of them. Then you have to hand write. Who wants to do that? Unless you have a hub pen. Bing, plug. And then you have to hand write all these messages to Bob, to Susie, to Philip, everybody there. Put those in. Now you're ready to start putting things in the kits. All right, wait. We didn't even get the custom box part. So you have to find somebody's going to make a custom box. Somebody's going to brand that custom box for less of MOQ of 1. So now you're paying less than MOQ fees as well. Finally get that box shipped into yourself, paying another shipping fee. And then you're able to actually put your kits together.
Oh.
But wait, now you got to fit that custom box into a custom shipping box as well.
And go to
and then you got to buy a minimum of those to put into your batch box.
Wait.
And then I'm not done. And then
what
you
about
have
the lawsuit?
What
lawsuit? You could get sued because first off, before you even do this, you need an FDA registered facility.
I'm not there yet. I'm not even there yet.
And
by the time you're shipping, you're getting shut down.
I'm not even there yet. Then you got to put all your shipping labels, put it in your shipping program. Then you have to personally, or that intern again can slap all those on there. And then you try to ship it out. And then like Jason says, you can't because you're not a registered FDA food distributor. yourself. So there's that. What did I say? 36 steps, I think.
I think that's
And during all that time, you are not selling more PPE or
Right.
t-shirts or regular stuff we want to be selling. You could have just sent an email to Jessica Osborne. And then that would have made all of your problems and all these issues disappear.
right.
So that's kind of like what it's like, Campbell. So you want to sign up to be a distributor and start making your own batches?
No,
Dude,
now that I'm thinking
You
about
get
it,
a free pig out of it.
it's
Get Leanne Allen's quote up here. I got 99 problems, but a batch ain't one. Like,
yes.
Mike just listed 99 problems, but like batch literally isn't one. And this isn't like, we're not like hard selling this. Like, you can do it that way. Like, it's gonna be a pain in the ass, right? Just do it the batch way and like let the batch elves do all the work in the workshop behind the scenes for you.
Yes, this is a Geico Caveman commercial, Jessica. Ha 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 ha. Also, I will say Jason had the inspiration from the maker side. This inspiration also came from distributor struggles, just like this, because they've had to go through this process time after time. Every Q4, rushing, stay until midnight to just put stuff in a box at the end of the day.
Like literally our office the office that we used to have in Danville, that I haven't been to in 6 months. Campbell's there. But that room was like literally a fulfillment center for a distributor in the Bay Area where they did exactly this. They had 5 like dedicated people to just like crinkle papering and like Whole Foods shopping. And like someone was like the person who filled up the gas to, make the car go to Whole Foods. But yeah, distributors have been doing this for years. And like, why do you guys want to do this? Just like pay someone like us like a little more to like leave headaches out the door for you and sell more, pens and t-shirts or whatever.
Yeah,
but
put up Scott Mueller's quote for the group. I'm a big fan of that quote right there too. And Mark Sweet, yes, my beach ball named Wilson did survive with me. It's in my garage. Don't worry.
Oh, Mark Sweet, throwback. I haven't talked to Mark forever. What's up, Mark? All right, keep going. Next question, Kevin.
Okay, next question. What's your weekly capacity? Do you think production times are going to be impacted by Q4 orders?
So Beacon's facility, especially with the FDA registration now too, we can scale this thing really, really quickly out of there. Hopefully Jessica's not like, jumping off out of the window when I'm saying that, but capacity shouldn't be an issue, especially during Q4 too. We have flex staff that we will ramp up to meet demand as well too. The slowest part of the process is actually probably like putting the stuff together and crinkle papering. But the Beacon facility is top notch. Don Chopicon, who's our operations manager, and Brett Olson have done an excellent job running that facility for years. And I don't see issues with it. Hopefully I'm wrong where, we get 50 to 100,000 kit orders a day, but great problem to have. We'll do them out of Mike's garage.
Right. Okay, so we've got a couple more questions, but let's take a quick intermission and watch a video from the Conery. The Conery produces some of our ice cream cones that are in a couple of our kits. Do you guys want to check out their maker story?
I mean,
Yeah, bring it on.
already in there. So yeah.
Okay.
10:30 a.m. Time for ice cream.
I'm Christine from the Conery, based in Brooklyn, New York, and this is my story. When I started the Conery, I thought about this magical place where cones are made and it smells amazing and there's just cones everywhere and they're beautiful colors, flavors, and it's like the Willy Wonka of cones. And that's how the name started. And everybody told me I should call it the Conery with a C, but my name is Christine spelled with a K, hence the K, and I had to get my stamp on it. I am a very, very proud Brooklynite, and this is my hometown. I'm very happy to be running my business in Brooklyn, to be creating jobs. It's a really amazing city with a lot of unique things happening, and being at the forefront of that is really special. When I started the business 6 years ago, my parents started it with me. They are so incredibly reliable and helpful in so many ways. I think that's very important when you are an entrepreneur. It's really just comforting to have 2 extremely wonderful people who have your back. If you think about the ice cream cone, it's an amazing vessel to eat with so many things. Ice cream, obviously, but there's so many things you can enjoy it with. Why are we still eating the same plain cone? So my idea started with, what if we paired our ice cream and desserts with the cones? So I really thought about the pairing of flavors and all these delicious combinations together. Making waffle cones is a really tricky and difficult product. Our techniques and the things we've developed over 6 years are really proprietary and special to the conery. Our cones are the most delicious, unique, and beautiful cones available in the market. No one does anything like what we do, and we are always focused on creativity and innovation. When we were first introduced to Batch and Bodega, we were really, really excited at the opportunity because we felt that this was a like-minded partner that really understood small brands and businesses that were doing something unique. And I think wanting to offer something special and curated for your customers is super important. It will set you apart from kind of what the big guys are doing. And we always try to find like-minded partners that are really on that same page for appreciation of unique and specialty products. If I were a waffle cone, I'd probably be toasted coconut because I am nutty and crazy, but also really mellow and sweet, and really a nice balance between sweet and savory.
Ice cream.
Oh, now we can hear you.
I want ice cream right now. Okay, so that was a pretty cool story, and I really do want some ice cream cones. Unfortunately, I'm in the office and we have samples, so I can get them. But I have a question for you, Jason. So Christine's cones look amazing. Is the food that she and the conery produce available from other suppliers? And the food that's in all the batches, like, can you get it in the industry from anybody else?
Yeah, so good question. First off, going to the waffle cone factory in Brooklyn was definitely the highlight of my year. And we stayed extra long to pull all the hot waffle cones. I actually got to make a couple, but yeah, so we have exclusivity for all of our vendors in the promo space, which is kind of cool. Some of them we have full exclusivity on the corporate business as well too. So you can't really get food. You can't get food from any of these makers from anywhere in the industry, but from HBG and Batch, which is awesome. And, you know, another interesting point that I feel like we missed early on was during COVID, a lot of these small batch manufacturers and small businesses across the country were like desperate for business to stay afloat. Like, this is the perfect opportunity from a selling and marketing standpoint to support small businesses across the country, which I think is awesome from someone who started a small business just like Mike. You need as much help as you can get during tough times, and Batch is an awesome opportunity to kind of like sell into your customers, like support small businesses. All the food and all these kits comes from small businesses, and why not have their back while they provide some tasty snacks to you. So that's the truth. I mean, it's a great opportunity to do that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Mike, go ahead.
No, I was going to say one last point on that. I mean, as every entrepreneur knows, you know, and so many distributors are entrepreneurs, you just need that little bit of love and maybe that one little opportunity. So for me and Jason, this is a major point for working with all these small businesses to shine that spotlight on some of them and give them the extra exposure and extra sales and extra revenue to help continue to grow.
And just one other thing. I mean, you guys don't have snacks in front of you, so I'm sorry you don't have this experience, but all of the food that we put in these kits from these small batch makers, we didn't just choose the food because it came from like a mom and pop organization, right? Like, it is all really, really tasty stuff. And it's so good that it gives you that experience of discovering something that's going to be like a cult favorite, but that you may not have access to through your local like grocery store or specialty markets or whatever. So what I think is cool is that if we're on the West Coast and you're buying batch boxes for, you know, an event in, let's say, San Diego, you can include a batch for the recipients that would have products from Boston and Wyoming, and snacks that they can fall in love with that they may not have otherwise discovered. So we're giving that experience of discovering something new. And it's all tied into food, and who doesn't love food? Also, the kits are very Instagrammable. I will say that.
Yeah. And also, you know, one thing too, like, these aren't just waffle cone makers like making it in their garage. I mean, all good businesses start in a garage, especially on Keeler in Chicago, like Origatia started years ago. But all of these are SQF, you know, all the FDA requirements, state regulations. We have Irina who heads up compliance for HBG. Like, she's strict, right? So we had to thoroughly vet all these manufacturers to make sure their food safety standards were up to the national standard plus the HBG standards. So it's not just like Mike making waffle cones in his garage, which would be great, but
Right.
guaranteed we get some hair in them. So
Yeah, and it would be one flavor. It'd be bourbon. We got a few questions here in the feed.
Yeah.
Stephanie, what's up, Stephanie? How you doing, girl? Are there limits? There aren't limits. There are definitely standards, though. So the standard kit will come with the standard hard goods. But if there's other things that you want to offer, whether it be from HPG or some other supplier, we can always incorporate those into your kits. It would just be the limitations of the box size that's pretty standardized.
Right.
yeah. And, someone was asking about custom flavors. So
Yep.
ask away. I mean, the minimum is pretty high to do that, depending on what the food is. So if you want to create like a Jägermeister flavored waffle cone, I assume the flavor, which sounds pretty cool, by the way. I assume I don't assume, I know the minimum would be pretty high to do that, but if you email batch@hpgbrands.com, we're happy to answer all those questions. We've been answering a lot of them. So we can definitely do that. And also someone was asking about, what was it?
Yeah, Mike, you can share companies that you know about. We'd love to hear about them. Like you saw in the map earlier, there's still a lot of states that we want to attack, and we want to try to get as much, coverage across America as possible to support different small batch manufacturers out there. So if you got a great one around your neck of the woods, share away, man.
Yeah, Stephanie Wheeler was asking about, is there a limit on the hard goods that can be added, right? So if it's from another supplier, Stephanie, we're going to charge you like $1 million to include that item. If it's from HPG, there's no additional cost to do that, but it has to fit within the box though, right? So you're constrained, or the constraint is the size of the box. So unlike the deluxe version, because for all the kits, there's like a light, a regular, and a deluxe. Deluxe version, there's not that much extra space because we base the box size off of all of the variables that fit in the deluxe version. So if you got a small item that fits, Mike will pull one up here and open it up. You can see like there's some room there in the middle for like
pretty tight.
A straw or a mask or.
This is just the Trailblazer kit for those out there, as you can see. So yeah, I mean a little tight, but still.
And then Rebecca was asking about alcohol. So alcohol is always welcome if you want to send some here. But alcohol adding into the kits, if you guys were supplying it, if it was like distribution within the same state, there's just all the interstate alcohol distribution. It's just kind of a mess. So probably not. Like it'd be best for us to send the kits to you, then you could put alcohol in it because we don't really want to get into that.
But we do have some alcohol adjacent products.
Yeah.
Right?
Urban Lose, yeah.
Like the Speakeasy box. So the Speakeasy is one of our new kits, and inside of it, it's got, depending on the version, the light, regular, or deluxe. We've got these really cool cocktail cubes. So they're like literally little ice cubes that you freeze, and then you just add your favorite alcohol to it, and you got like a pre-made cocktail. In the Speakeasy kit, there's also syrups from Portland Soda Works. So you can make a mocktail, you can make a cocktail. You got to supply your own booze, but we have a workaround for you.
Yeah, that kit is awesome. And Jeff Wickerman, Boxan always fits.
Yeah. Boxan fits in everything. We'll make it fit.
It fits in every kit. But no, seriously, I think it fits in every kit.
Okay. All right. So question for Mike. Why is Batch a good solution for the weird times we're living in? I think you've answered this a little bit already.
Jason alluded to it a little bit, but I think who doesn't love food? Who doesn't love unique food? But I'll have a few other like little bullets here too. I think the cool thing that Campbell's alluding to right now is nobody's able to travel. So let's bring the taste of the South to you. Let's bring the taste of the Northwest to you. So that way you get to try all these different things that you would normally have to go to Brooklyn, like Jason said, to get the taste of the conery. So we're bringing travel to your home. That's a great one right there. Secondly, people are really looking for a different food. I think I've gone to the grocery store. We get in this weird cycle of having the same snacks. So this is going to kind of inject in a lot of newness and freshness of different flavors and tastes as well. But then at the end of the day, food is comfort. And during this crazy pandemic time, what's more comforting than some delicious, yummy food?
Right.
And then also the kit box gives you all the hard goods as well. So you get that. I mean, this is kind of the whole thing with making Batch Bodegas. You get that delicious bite of like this mega huge like Rice Krispie treat. But then you also get the hard good that's associated with it for that long lasting brand impression. So it's the best of both worlds. So you're really, you're hitting all angles from a distributor and what a brand is actually trying to do out there as well.
I'll tell you, Rice Krispie treat is delicious. Like Rice Krispie treats were probably the thing we like thoroughly vetted the most. I'd say we tasted countless Rice Krispie treats, and Campbell and I became like people who go wine tasting in Napa, where they like taste the wine and they spit it out because they don't want to consume the calories. Like was us with Rice Krispie treats. But so those Rice Krispie treats are from Birds out of Savannah, Georgia, and they are delicious. By the way, like just sign me up for a batch kit that's like 4 Rice Krispie treats, and I'm good.
Right.
And I think the last thing too is like we really thought of everything. Where else are you going to get custom packaging, custom letter, custom pieces, in delicious food all in one spot with no setup? Absolutely insane. We actually got to change this business model. It's too good.
All right, so I have 2 things. One is for Jason, so we'll start with you. So you mentioned that we tried to infuse batch with some of our like high points from the Oregadio experience, specifically with packaging. Can you talk about what makes the batch boxes different, the outside, and how that first impression is different than maybe you would get from another supplier who's also doing food kits?
Yeah, so first off, like part of the secret sauce behind the scenes here, Casey and Jeff, who I will not name their last names because we don't want people to find them, designed all of our packaging for us. They've done this for Oregadio. Like that's a huge part of our special sauce here. Like we don't want to just put kits in like a plain white box or like a craft box, like a sticker on it. Like this is all like super, super nice, like same quality as Oregadio. Like we've used the same box manufacturer for 10 years. Peter, and good luck finding him. It's all soft touch, hard lamination. You've got spot UV foiled. Like the Speakeasy box is like amazing. Casey designed it. It's got like a hidden compartment. Like if you're going to Speakeasy, like slide the door or whatever. The packaging is really here to make the best first impression for your customer. And for us, like for Org for years, like same at Batch, we spent more time developing the box than the actual contents of that box. I think it really shows, like, especially with 1-piece minimum custom packaging, like that's pretty much unheard of, at least for like the customizable area. If you want to do full custom, like completely like all over print it, it's 100-piece minimum. Like that's pretty unheard of as well too. But the best first impression you can make is with the box. And I feel like we nailed it. And Casey and Jeff, like amazing job of doing that. So,
right. They did a really cool job. My favorite box personally is the Sugar Rush one because it's covered in iridescent foil. Like that's going to look cool sitting on a bookshelf after you've already eaten the snacks.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite box is the Scoops
and Sprinkles. Oh, that one is so awesome.
Jason, tell the people what it does.
Yeah, it's not on the site yet. So this is coming in a couple weeks, Campbell, right? So this box is definitely my favorite box too. So it's got like ice cream cones and ice cream all over it. And then when you open it, it plays the Ice Cream Man music. It's got a sound chip in there. It took us an extra like 2 months to get the sound chip perfectly right. But imagine opening it and it's just like the Ice Cream Man music rolling down your street, which is awesome. So I can't wait for that coming in a couple weeks. Scoops and Sprinkles, get on the mailing list. I assume there is one to learn about when it comes in stock. So
right, and keep an eye on the website because we are dropping 4 more batches this fall. So there's Scoops and Sprinkles, like Jason mentioned. There's Mix and Match, which is just snacks only, a little bit of a smaller, more price conscious box. And then we've got 2 popcorn only boxes, which are pretty cool. One is movie night. So you've got 3 bags of popcorn, and then the other one is a special seasonal limited edition Winter Wonderland, and that is another popcorn themed box, but the design of the box is like this beautiful winter scene. So those are 4 more kits that'll be dropping in the next couple weeks. So keep your eyes open for that.
Like Campbell, like everyone for years just sends like the popcorn tins or whatever. Like, why would you even do that? Like, no. It's just like popcorn inside a lead metal receptacle. Like, and everyone else does it. Like, if you send popcorn tins, like, don't even like Mike's gonna fly to your place and like punch you in the mouth, right? And feed popcorn to you because it's such a bad example of how food is done, or it's a good example of how food's been done for years, but we're trying to change it. And I think the popcorn, the movie night kit when it comes out, and the movie night or the popcorn winter wonderland, whatever we're calling it, I think are great examples to get people to deviate from what they've been comfortable doing for years.
Listen, basically in short, that tin becomes the garbage can. You're basically shipping stuff in a receptacle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So hopefully that answered your question up there, Stephanie. I saw that was yours.
Client-friendly website for Carson's, batchandbodega.com. It's client-friendly, so feel free to send that out to people.
Jason, what do you think the minimum is going to be on a custom jingle on the ice cream?
Custom jingle ice cream, probably 1,000 pieces.
Yeah. There you go, man.
Website's coded, so we're safe.
MOQ for the kits. 1 piece. 1 piece.
Technically 0.
Yeah,
you can sell none if you want, but we prefer at least 1.
Yeah, we were kind of
zero for free
at the beginning about like what the benefits of batch are, but just so that everybody's clear, 1 piece minimum, no setup, no additional kitting fees. There's no gotcha fees. Like it's all in. 3-day production time for catalog quantities. The boxes are customized on the outside, every single one of them, except for Snack Attack. So your logo is going on the outside of the box, whether you like it or not. And then they all have that personalized card inside. So we kind of glossed over the personalized card a little bit.
Yeah.
Mike, do you have your example so that you can like really show off how cool those are?
So
so on this one side, it'll be a stock print. It basically says, let's explore all these. I'll read it really fast. Everything inside this box was crafted by a passionate expert, not Jason. It could be from a 150-year-old family-run company or an entrepreneur that risked it all to make a snack they knew the world wanted. What sets these foods apart is their story is as rich as they are tasty. We hope you enjoy every morsel. So kind of like re-alludes to the fact that we really want to promote these small businesses, our small makers, and our partners in this adventure. And on this side, you get 160 characters to write whatever you want. Hey there, please enjoy a taste of Batch and Bodega. I hope you love it as much as I do. From me to me.
Terry Pfeiffer, I think, is asking, what's the catch? Like, literally, there isn't one. I don't know.
I just got to pay for it. I mean, like, you know, we need money a little bit.
Yeah, like you have to spend money. This isn't a barter economy. I wish it was. That'd be awesome. But yeah, you have to like send us money for food kits, and we do all the work for you. No catch.
Awesome. Okay, so we are down to our last minute. I have one very hard hitting question for the both of you. Which one of you wants to go first? Jason. Okay, if you were a batch snack, which one would you be?
If I was a batch snack, I'd be a Martin's handmade pretzel because I'm a little salty. I'm crispy on the outside, but I'm soft and gooey on the inside. Are
pretzels soft and gooey on the inside?
I don't know. If you go to the pretzel factory like I did and you pull them right off the production line, they are. But by the time they get to your house, they're not gooey. So okay. I don't know. I'm a Martin's pretzel because I'm also a little twisted.
There you go.
Oh.
Okay, Mike, if you were a batch snack, which snack would you be?
Legally addictive, because I'm pretty legally addictive. That's what I've been told to be. That was my nickname in college. But no, it's so delicious. Like I could eat not just like handfuls of them. I could eat bags upon bags of this stuff. It's that good. I always got the people wanting more and more and more.
And Mike is also very sweet.
Very.
And I'm sweet. And the sprinkles are colorful, and I'm colorful and bright.
All right, good deal.
Wait, Campbell,
what's yours, Campbell? What's yours?
Oh, cotton candy from Spun and Sugar because I'm super sweet and also I melt in the rain. There you go.
My distributors out there, my little pitch on the cotton candy is always it's the deliciousness of cotton candy without the harassment of the carnies.
There you go.
Yes.
Let's make a billboard that has that. Yes. I think that would be good. Okay, so we are at the end of our time. I want to thank everybody for participating, sending in awesome questions. We have recorded this.
An email with more questions.
Say that again. Oh yeah, email your questions. Ben, if you could drop in a link, that'd be awesome. You can watch this live later. It'll be on our YouTube channel, batchandbodega.com. If you've got any questions, send them over to that batch at hpgbrands.com and enjoy your batches, guys.
Snack responsibly. That's it.
All right.
Goodbye. So long. Farewell, my friends.
Bye, guys.
Peace out, batches.